In the heart of Africa, a fearless queen rose against the tide of oppression. Her name was Nzinga, a warrior, diplomat, and leader whose courage and brilliance shook the colonial powers of her time. She was a queen who refused to bow, a mind that outwitted empires, and a spirit that inspired generations. Born in 1583 into the royal family of the Ndongo kingdom in present-day Angola, Nzinga was groomed to lead from a young age. Her father, the king, ensured she was trained in governance, strategy, and negotiation. But Nzinga was extraordinary. Even as a child, she displayed intelligence, fearlessness, and a fierce commitment to her people. She would grow to become a queen whose name would echo far beyond the borders of her kingdom. The 17th century was a perilous time. The Portuguese were expanding their control in West and Central Africa, establishing forts, trading posts, and plantations. They sought to dominate local kingdoms and enslave their people. For Nzinga, this threat was not abstract, it was personal. She witnessed villages destroyed, families torn apart, and neighbors enslaved. She vowed that Ndongo would never fall quietly. When her brother, the king of Ndongo, died, Nzinga became a central figure in the kingdom's leadership. She understood that survival required more than courage, it demanded cunning strategy and unwavering determination. In her famous meeting with the Portuguese governor, she reportedly demanded to be seated on a chair rather than a mat, insisting on equal footing with the colonizers, a symbolic act that shocked and challenged the arrogance of her oppressors. Nzinga's genius lay not only on the battlefield but in her diplomacy. She forged alliances with neighboring kingdoms and even with the Dutch, who were rivals of the Portuguese. These alliances allowed her to strengthen her military and resist Portuguese expansion. Her armies, composed of disciplined warriors, were trained to fight guerrilla-style campaigns, swift attacks on enemy positions, ambushes in the forest, and strategic raids that kept the colonizers off balance. Her courage was legendary. During battles, she rode into the thick of the fight, inspiring her soldiers with her presence. She rescued captives, reclaimed stolen lands, and demonstrated that leadership was not only about power but about action. Nzinga was a queen who led by example, fearless, intelligent, and relentless. Yet her struggle was not only military. She worked tirelessly to maintain her kingdom's political structure and economy under pressure. She implemented policies to protect her people, ensured the continuation of trade on fair terms, and encouraged education and cultural preservation. Her vision extended beyond survival. She aimed to secure the dignity, freedom, and identity of her people for generations to come. Despite overwhelming odds, Nzinga's resilience shone brightly. The Portuguese repeatedly attempted to conquer her, sometimes using superior weaponry and foreign mercenaries, yet she adapted, outmaneuvered them, and remained undefeated for decades. Her story became a beacon of hope for enslaved and threatened African peoples, a symbol that oppression could be resisted and that freedom was worth fighting for. Even today, her legacy inspires leaders and ordinary people alike. She represents courage, wisdom, and the power of one determined individual to change history. Queen Nzinga reminds us that leadership is measured not by birthright alone but by action, vision, and the ability to stand against injustice. By remembering her story, we honor not only Nzinga but all those who resisted slavery and defended their people's freedom. Her courage, intelligence, and indomitable spirit continue to echo through time, a timeless testament that one fearless queen can leave an indelible mark on history. Queen Nzinga was more than a ruler. She was a warrior, a strategist, a diplomat, and above all, a champion of freedom. Her story reminds us that Africa's history is rich with heroes, that resistance is never futile, and that the fight against injustice is timeless.